The Los Angeles Lakers have essentially finalized their roster with the most recent signing of Michael Beasley to yet another one-year contract, leaving the Lakers with a general idea of what their 15-man roster will look like entering the 2019 season. Having so many starting caliber players on the roster gives LA the advantage of toying around with multiple different theme lineups that I'll go through, from their depth lineup, their defensive lineup, their closing lineup, and more. First, we'll go over the starting lineup that Los Angeles is most likely to use to start the season, but as the season progresses and the young stars either bud or shrink, we should see tweaks to their starting five as Luke Walton figures out the best group to start his games. Starting at point guard, if Lonzo is able to stay fully healthy, he should be their starting point guard followed by Rajon Rondo off the bench to begin the season. I see no reason as to why the Lakers would start Rondo immediately out of the gates before giving Lonzo an opportunity to demonstrate his progression over the summer at the starting position. If Lonzo has not made any improvements to his game and continues to be one of the worst shooters in the league, then Rondo should be the starting point guard down the line. The shooting guard position is where it gets tricky as the Lakers have plenty of options of either starting Josh Hart, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, or even shifting Brandon Ingram to the 2 position. Out of respect to Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and his agent, which he shares with LeBron, KCP should hold the starting position with Hart lurking right behind him. LeBron needs an established shooter on the court, and although Hart has demonstrated his dramatic improvement in the Summer League, we have yet to see if he can continue his dominance at the next level. Expect KCP's veteran status to win the initial battle for starting position, but for Josh Hart to win the war as the season progresses, becoming the new starting shooting guard for the team by the middle of the season. Everyone is hoping for Brandon Ingram to make the same jump he's made from his first to second year into his third year and become the all-star to play alongside LeBron James. The Lakers will look to keep him at his natural position at small forward, while Ingram handles the ball at times to demonstrate his playmaking abilities as well. Aside from LeBron, Ingram's the only sure player to start next season. Much of his success will be determined upon whether he's able to shoot a high volume from beyond the arc at a decent rate. The power forward position will obviously be occupied by LeBron James as he transitions to the tail end of his career, which he will consist more of off-ball actions such as spot-ups and post-ups. I hope that LeBron stays true to his word of not wanting to be the primary ball handler anymore, as he has developed a track record of stunting young players' growth with his ball dominance. Jordan Clarkson and Rodney Hood are just 2 of the latest examples of young studs who have fallen victim to becoming busts as they watch LeBron dribble the air out of the ball and wait in the corner to catch and shoot. Then we have JaVale McGee, who seems to be the Lakers' only respectable option at the starting center position. McGee has shown flashes last season of how great of a mismatch he can be with his length and speed, as he would seemingly single-handedly change the momentum of a game. The fact that the Lakers have accomplished the goal of having cerebral players capable of handling the ball and playmaking from 1 to 4 only serves to benefit McGee the most, as he will always be in position to have a lob set up for himself. Off the bench, aside from Rondo and Hart, who we have already mentioned, Kyle Kuzma should be seeing big minutes despite not having a starting spot to begin the season. In an ideal world, I would love to see Kuzma start at the 4 with LeBron and Ingram at the 2 and 3, but that would create a logjam of true shooting guards coming off the bench. Being that Kuzma is able to play both the 3 and 4, Kuzma should continue to see 30 plus minutes a game, hopefully as an improved future all-star to make enough noise to force himself into the starting 5 by the end of the season. Lance Stephenson seems to be the most questionable addition this summer due to his history of foolish antics and his recognition as one of the worst high-volume 3-point shooters the league has seen. Aside from his one good season in Indiana nearly 5 years ago, Stevenson has been only able to prove that he's a flashy playmaker and can get under the skin of his opponents. Lance should not expect to eat big minutes from the young core and see a very limited role during the regular season as a veteran who elevates the intensity of the game in his 15 minutes or so on the floor. Next, we have Michael Beasley, who just came off a great year with the New York Knicks. Madison Square Garden loved him, and for a good reason. Beasley carries himself with great confidence, just enough not to be considered conceited, but for fans to appreciate the fact that he is indeed a walking bucket. It seems as if Michael Beasley has been in the league forever, but he's only 29 years old in his prime and was a former number 2 overall pick. Michael Beasley was never able to truly be the superstar he was projected to be due to his immaturity and work ethic, but a major problem was that he was too small to play against the other power forwards at the time, yet too slow to play the small forward position. In today's NBA, the era of small ball lineup is where Beasley thrives, and he has shown us last year when he got consistent minutes as a starter, averaging 16 points, 6 rebounds on 50% field goal percentage and 40% from downtown. The Michael Beasley pickup is a perfect fit for the Lakers, who are looking to play small against other teams to come off the bench, as Beasley is the prototypical star for the small ball era but just came too early. Beasley isn't going to be an all-star, but he will be an excellent presence behind LeBron James as he's able to score in any way possible. Last but not least, we have our 2 rookies in Svi Mykhailiuk and Mo Wagner. it seems as if the Lakers have hit a home run once again with their non-lottery draft picks. With a deep second round pick, not many teams in the history of the NBA can say that they took the best shooter in the draft. The Lakers can say that their number 47 overall pick, Svi Mykhailiuk, was not only the best shooter in the draft, but possibly in all of the Summer League. On top of that, Svi doesn't even want to be known as just a shooter. The guy played point guard in high school as well and has shown excellent playmaking abilities to go with his high basketball IQ. Svi can develop into a player capable of playing anywhere from the 1 to 4 as he is a relentless defender as well. A player of his skill set as an excellent shooter, playmaker, athlete, and great height to go along with it went number 3 in the draft by the name of Luka Doncic. The Lakers were able to get a similar player deep into the second round. Svi is the ideal player to be on the court with LeBron as he gives on both ends with lethal shooting, excellent defense, and playmaking as well. Don't expect Svi to see a lot of minutes in the beginning of the season, but as Luke Walton begins to build confidence in his rookie, Svi should be part of the regular rotation. Mo Wagner was only able to play a couple of Summer League games, but yet Laker fans should expect to see him to play a lot of minutes for a late first round rookie with the lack of 7-footers on the roster. Wagner, in his short stint, has proven to be able to stretch a floor, crash the glass, play with great intensity, and put the ball on the floor exceptionally well for a 7-footer. I can't see how the Lakers would decide to play Zubac over Wagner, as Zubac has much less to bring to the table. Zubac is more of a liability on defense, has slower foot speed, and a less developed offensive game than their newly drafted rookie. Luol Deng and Alex Caruso will probably fill out the last 2 spots on the roster, but I really don't see them playing any minutes, being that they play at a position occupied by either a young star or an established all-star veteran. Alex Caruso plays with so much heart and makes up for his lack of athleticism with his skill. Luol Deng easily could have been contributing to a team right now as a former multiple-time all-star, but due to his contract and the youth movement, he was basically forced to retire early. There has been a lot of noise made of the potential death lineup for the Lakers: Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, and LeBron James at the center position. To be honest, I don't see the Lakers using this lineup much at all unless it's either Draymond Green or PJ Tucker playing center as well. I do like that the death lineup includes all of our hungry young players who gives it on both ends, while LeBron James quarterbacks everything from the middle of the floor. If the Lakers really wanted to lock down the opponent, they have the ability to potentially put one of the best defensive lineups in the league, all consisting of players 6'6" and above who can switch onto any players from 1 to 5 with length and quickness. I'm talking about Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, LeBron James, Kyle Kuzma, and JaVale McGee. This defensive lineup can constantly switch every single time, and teams may never find a lopsided mismatch. I envision the disruption they would cause in the defensive end would lead to easy breakouts in transition. This is my favorite lineup, as Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma would be able to start alongside LeBron, while Lonzo Ball and JaVale McGee would help solidify their defense with quickness and athleticism. Luke Walton has mentioned that defense would once again be the focus of the upcoming season, and I would imagine that this collective group of talent will be on the floor together a majority of the time due to their upside on both ends of the floor. As far as closing lineup goes, this is where Rajon Rondo would step in. LeBron brought in Rondo out of respect for Rondo's comparable genius basketball mind, and will most definitely be running the show instead of Lonzo Ball. Rajon Rondo, KCP, LeBron James, Kyle Kuzma, and McGee should be the closing lineup for the Lakers, as Rondo would have 3 reliable shooters along with a rim runner and JaVale McGee. It's exciting to see how 2 great basketball minds in Rondo and LeBron will coexist, as they'll either clash or thrive off each other. When you look at the Lakers' full potential 15-man roster, they actually seem pretty stacked in regards to their depth. You can say that the 10 best players can be starters on any team. Things are looking good for the Lakers, as they will likely finish as a top 4 team in the West with home court advantage into the playoffs. There's so many storylines to follow for the Lakers' upcoming season, from the performance of LeBron, the development of their youth, the awkward veteran additions, and potential 2019 free agents. Fans can't wait for the new season to start, and neither can I. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments how many wins do you think the Lakers will get in their first season together, and how far they'll make it into the playoffs. Don't forget to subscribe so I know that you guys want to continue seeing this type of content. Take it easy, guys.